Do you want an edge on your sports book? We know that you do, and that's why we are here. We're feeling good today because it is Championship Saturday on the Early Edge, powered by SportsLine, where every single day, 7 days a week, we're in your feed before 11 a.m., and we do it all in 10 minutes or less. Let's bring in my cappers right now. We have no time to waste. You can see him on CBS HQ as our football analyst. He is a college football expert. Emory Hunt, I know you're ready for Championship Saturday.
Absolutely. Got my lucky sweater on.
Oh, nice. I hadn't even noticed that. Very good. Okay, our next capper. Oh, look at him with the swag, the backward hat today. I bet he was using that hat when he wrote the HQPM edition newsletter. Tom Fornelli, good morning.
Good morning. It's been an early morning for me with Illinois hiring Brett Bielema, so I've been up for a while, and I'm ready to get this done. Let's do it.
Oh, I saw a video of you jumping around, putting your hands in the air when that happened, so that's okay. We saw that. Okay, game number one, Big 12 title game. They're playing in AT&T Stadium down there in Arlington. Oklahoma lost at Iowa State earlier this year, 37-30. That was on October 3rd. Today, OU giving 6. The total coming in at 58.5, noon Eastern kick on ABC. Emory, give it to me.
You know, usually I've been off on Iowa State because of the Cajuns lost to, victory by the Cajuns. But when you look at Iowa State, they're still trying to prove themselves. They play with a group of 5 mentality, and I think they will look to make it, an impression on the college football playoff committee. I'm taking the Cyclones plus the 6 here against Oklahoma.
Yeah, Iowa State beat Oklahoma earlier this year. It was a very close game. It was a very fun game and a very entertaining game. But I just can't help but think of a quote from Gary Patterson, the TCU coach from a few years ago, that says, "It's really difficult to get Oklahoma and Lincoln Riley once. Trying to do it twice to them in the same season is nearly impossible." And because of that, I think it's going to be another close, fun game. But I think Oklahoma is going to get the Cyclones this time. I'm laying the points.
All right, so whenever you guys disagree, we're going to go to the SportsLine model to break that tie. The expert picks, including Kyle Atkins, including Barrett Lee, they are both on the Sooners. And it should be noted that Barrett is 12-3 in his last 15 Oklahoma against the spread picks. So for the show, I'm going to put down OU as our pick. Sorry, Emory. All right, game number 2, Big Ten title game, Lucas Oil Stadium, Indianapolis, Ohio State. It's been quite a couple of weeks for them. They didn't even know if they were going to be allowed to play in this game. They're now giving 18.5 over Northwestern, noon Eastern kick on Fox. This was a grade A pick on SportsLine. Earlier this week, we gave it to you at 57. It's now down to below 56. Tommy, start with me. What do you got?
I still like the under in this one. I can see this game going in a lot of different directions. I could see Ohio State blowing out the Wildcats like they typically have done in the past. I could see Northwestern doing that thing Northwestern does where it just makes every game kind of really boring to watch, and it's just a sluggish, turgid affair that you just want to be done with. But most of those outcomes all end up with the game being below the total here. This could be like a 52-3 Northwestern win. It could be a 30-17 Northwestern win. So I like the under better than anything.
I'm looking at this game, and I see Ohio State winning this one. I don't trust Northwestern's offense. I love their defense. It's going to be competitive for about a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half, but offensively they have no firepower, and that's not what you want to hear when you're facing the Buckeyes, defense and also offense that can score. So land those 18.5 points with the Buckeyes.
I think we would all love like a 38-10 Ohio State win. That would be nice. If you're not already, by the way, a SportsLine member, I've got a deal for you that you can't pass up. If you open up an account right now, you use the promo code EDGE, you're going to get 30 days for free. You're going to get all of our SportsLine experts picks every single day. And I told you earlier, grade A this week, you would have had 57 if you were a SportsLine member. So sign up today. Use that promo code EDGE. Okay, next game on the board for us, ACC title game down there in Charlotte, Bank of America Stadium. This, to me, of the day's games, this is the most intriguing. It's a rematch. It's a top 10. It's a top 5 matchup. You've got Clemson with Trevor Lawrence back at quarterback now, giving 10. The over-under, the total is at 60. This is a 4 Eastern kick on ABC. Emory, let's start with you.
I'm taking Notre Dame in the points here because when you look at what they did last time, they were able to run the football. They had great point of attack play on both sides of the line of scrimmage. That is regardless of whether or not Trevor Lawrence playing in that ball game. So that's something that doesn't involve Lawrence. And I think because you get Lawrence back, yes, they're going to be a little bit better offensively. But this is a point of attack game. I think Notre Dame is good in that regard. So I'm taking the Irish in the points here.
Yeah, I'm with Emory. This line is just straight up disrespectful. If we go back to that first meeting, no, Trevor Lawrence didn't play, but DJ Uiagalelei came in and threw for over 400 yards. So it's not like the quarterback was the problem. The problem for Clemson in that matchup was that it got beat up in the trenches all night long. Notre Dame averaged over 6 yards per carry in the run game and held Travis Etienne, one of the best running backs in the country, to 1.8 yards per carry. That hasn't changed for this meeting. Now, I do think Clemson with Trevor Lawrence is clearly better and has a much better shot of winning this game. But by double digits, no, take Notre Dame in the points.
All right, both of you on Notre Dame. If people are looking for a different option for this game, our SportsLine model gives the edge a B grade to the under, which is at 67% of the time on our simulations. Okay, next game on the board, SEC title game, Mercedes-Benz Stadium down there in Atlanta, Georgia, Alabama and Florida. This is also an interesting number. Alabama giving 17. The total, a robust 74.5, because Alabama's been scoring 50 a game plus. 8 Eastern on CBS. Alabama's won their past 6 games by at least 28 points. 301 to 53. Where do you go here, Tommy?
First of all, I am disgusted that a total in the SEC championship is at 74.5. But my play here is actually on the spread. I'm taking Florida and the points. And I know that's dangerous to go against Alabama this year. They've covered 7 straight. They've destroyed everybody. But the last game they didn't cover was against Ole Miss. And Ole Miss was the last offense that Alabama faced that resembles the Florida offense they're going to be facing today. I don't think Florida's defense is nearly good enough for them to beat Alabama and keep pace, but that offense is going to score enough points to stay within the spread here. So I'm taking the Gators.
Well, it's because of that defense is why I'm taking Alabama in that 17-point spread. I think they're going to win by at least 20 to 24 points against Florida. Florida just doesn't have that defense to really steal possessions away from the Crimson Tide. So I'm trusting Alabama here.
All right, so once again, you guys disagree. I should say that the SportsLine model gives the edge to the under in this game. It's almost one of those over-unders you say, prove to me that you can get to 75 points. You know what I mean? All right, I want to do a couple of best bets today since this is a supersized championship Saturday. Quickly, Emory, do you have a best bet? It could be any game on the board.
Texas A&M over Tennessee by 14.5. I think that's a number for them to hit. They will hit. They're trying to get into that playoff themselves with being at number 5. So I like that number for A&M.
Yeah, mine this week is pretty much the same as it was last week when I told you to take the under in the Army-Navy game, and you were scared because the total was only 38, but it was a 15-0 game. And today, Army, Air Force, total sitting at 37.5. We're going under again because since 2005 in Service Academy games, the under is 37-9-1. People, there's nothing else to do here. You just blindly take the under and cash the check.
Take it straight to the pay window. Take the under. Okay, let's recap quickly our picks today, and we have a bunch of them. So the Big 12 title game, you guys were opposite. The show is going to go with Oklahoma minus the 6. Big 10 title game. Emory, you're on Ohio State, given the 18.5. Tommy, you love the under at 56. SportsLine model also likes the under at 56. ACC title game. Both of you on Notre Dame at plus 10. Tommy called it disrespectful, that particular number. Also, the simulations like the under in that game as well. And on the SEC title game, once again, you guys are on opposite sides. Alabama giving 17. The over-under here, 74.5. That's been graded a B. And your best bets. Emory, you're on Texas A&M minus a 13.5. And Tommy, you love the under 37.5. All of those numbers, by the way, according to our good friends and partners at William Hill. That's going to do it for today. But remember, we're here every single day, 7 days a week, before 11 a.m. We're in your feed, so turn on those push notifications so you always know when new content is coming in. For Emory Hunt, for Tom, get the bass out of your voice, Fornelli, and our incredible producer, Jacob. I am the coach. Good luck. Let's take it straight to the pay window. And remember, this is always the place and the only place for your daily early edge.